of our seafarers who were deported, not for any criminal issue, but for a jurisdiction issue, they have been stamped in their, uh, or their records have now been stamped that they are not allowed to go back into the U.S.
In the passport?
In the passport,
Meron?
and
Oh,
also
okay.
it is in the record. So any country that the Philippines deals with which requires a visa will obviously be able to access that information, and so therefore it
Okay.
will prevent them from being laid there. To your question as to whether or not we can put some of these people on vessels not requiring visas, that is always a possibility. The challenge, however, will be to determine whether the type of vessel is a vessel that only operates within Asia in countries that do not require a visa, or are what they call trampers, that they go from one place to another without any predetermined destination, and so therefore have to have the flexibility of other visas to allow them to transit. The reason, for example, that many principals require a U.S. visa, not because necessarily that the vessel goes to the U.S., but in case of an emergency and calls on the U.S., they would then have to disembark somebody for emergency purposes. They do need that flexibility. The unfortunate situation with our country is that we are required to have visas for most countries that we visit. And what we don't see in reading the visa rules is that even if we are granted a visa by the embassy of that country in the Philippines, it is the border immigration officer that has the final decision as to who is allowed into the country or not. And even if you have been allowed, it is also unfortunate that the situation in America, for example, has become very strict. Even students, for example, with a minor offense like driving in an accident that may have been their fault or driving under the influence, have been deported. And so it is actually not a new rule, but the implementation of very strict rules. And it's unfortunate that most of us do not really have the benefit of understanding all of those rules. And so our reaction is, kawawa naman, we are being taken advantage of. But the reality is that those rules have always existed. They have not just been implemented strictly. I feel very bad for our fellow seafarers because for those companies like ourselves, like Mr. Marquez, who are in this business, we are in this business to help offer Filipinos an opportunity to earn a very good living. The reality is that as Filipinos, we have to operate at a global standard and follow global rules, which sometimes we are not very well aware of. But because of the PIDOS, which is what is implemented
That's
by
the
the
reason
DMW,
why we have the DMW and the OWA to remind our seafarers or anybody who would like to go abroad to work. And that's what you call it PIDOS, to remind them, right? Now, my question to you, DMW, but before that, I went to the US at nakausap ko yung when I visited the consulate office of Philippine consulate sa San Francisco, and I talked to one of the guys over there, and he told me, kaya ingat to, sana makarating mensahe sa, ito mensahe ko sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin gustong pumunta sa US. For example, nagkaroon ka ng kaso o drunk driving sa US, or you were convicted of any crime in the US, and then na-serve mo na yung sentence mo. And then after that, umuwi ka ng Pilipinas. Hindi ka na makakabalik ng US because meron ka ng record. And then they will use that record na ikaw ay dating convicted felon. And therefore, you are barred to enter the US territory. Even if you will only go sa border, outside the border, let's say you go to Mexico, and then pagbalik mo, may kita yung sa record mo na ikaw pala ay dating na-convict ng drunk driving, ikaw ay nakulong, etc., then you are barred to enter the US. So, guys, be careful. Yan yung isang problema ngayon na hinaharap ng mga Pilipino. In fact, merong ilang mga Pilipinos na, excuse me, that were not allowed to enter the US simply because meron sila mga cases na convict sila. Kaya pag kayo ay meron mga kaso, kayo dyan sa US, may mga kaso kayo kahit na na-serve nyo ng sentence ninyo, wag na muna kayo umuwi ng Pilipinas. Hintayin nyo siguro maalis si Trump. Pag wala si Donald Trump, then maaari magbago yung policy. Totoo yan. Polisiya lang ni Trump. And the new president can change that kind of policy for now. Okay? Now, DMW or DFA, pwede ba tayong, through the lawyers that we have here, i-depensa natin yung mga seafarers natin na deport na unjustly accused of something na hindi naman totoo, and then para malinis ang record nila? Tulad ng ni Mr. Samonte, merong bata doon na anak niya na hinahalikan lang niya kasama misis niya, and then i-depensa natin sa US, sabihin natin, hindi totoo yung accusation niyo, anak niya yun, ipakita tayo ng mga ebidensya. Birth certificate ng bata na talagang anak niya yun. So why don't we do that? Can we do that? DFA? Para malinis yung pangalan ni Mr. Samonte at sa lahat ng mga seafarer na walang kasalanan. Are we not doing it yet?
Mr. Chair, we'll attempt to inquire from our embassy, but usually in the U.S., exclusion grounds used by the border patrols are pretty much a sovereign power, sovereign rights, and cannot be questioned or appealed to. So it becomes.
So unappealable yun yung kaso nila. So ibig sabihin kahit na pinagbintangan sila, wala naman talaga silang kasalanan, even if they're really innocent. And those charges were just made up, trumped-up charges.
Yes, as
Then
early,
you cannot
earlier
appeal it
explained
anymore?
by the other resource person.
No, don't worry about the resource person. Don't worry about him. I'm more concerned about the rights of our seafarers.
Yep.
And what can you do as USEC of the DFA?
Will course our
Because it's your job, it's not their job.
yeah
it's
we'll
your
course
job.
our action through our embassy in Washington D.C. to ascertain the remedies for a person that has been unjustly accused.
Yes.
Okay,
Kaya nga, di ba,
offense.
sir, meron tayong action fund, meron tayong ATN, meron tayong LAF, etc. Can we not use those funds para mag-hire tayo ng lawyers from the US, and then those lawyers will appeal to the US immigration na saying that the Mr. Samonte was unjustly accused of a crime na hindi naman totoo, etc.
Absolutely,
The appeal.
Mr. Chair. We'll do that. We'll get the details from Mr. Samonte and the other
Very good.
affected seafarers.
Very good. Other boy.
Mr. Chair,
Good. Go ahead. Very.
alam niyo para sa DFA, alam niyo naman ho siguro pati sa DMW, sa US Embassy po, meron po sila diyang Department of Homeland Security. Ang CBP, ang ICE po, under sa Department of Homeland Security. Baka pwede pong i-apila o humingi pa ng motion for reconsideration, sabi po ng Mr. Chair, para lang maalis sa record nila. To clarify, na ito po, na pagbintangan po, ito si Mr. Samonte and so forth and so forth. Makikinig naman ho siguro, why don't we try this instead of going from here, diretso tayo ng Washington, may mga representative, bawat embassy po, meron silang representative dyan ng Department of Homeland Security, meron po silang representative ng State Department. Bakit hindi po muna natin subukan doon, mas mabilis-bilis, at ilapit ang mga kaso ng mga taong ito na ito po ay napagbintangan. Tama din po, at the same time siguro we have to get a lawyer doon po sa US to represent these people habang dalawa pong ginagawa ho natin, dalawang approach. Talking here, doon sa mga representatives nila na naka-assign sa US Embassy natin, and at the same time working doon po sa State Department or sa Washington para po ika nga mabilis. And at the same time, hindi lang Mr. Chair, also my suggestion is baka pwede rin po tayo mag-contact ng mga non-government organizations, tulad po ng ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union. Pwede po tayong tulungan yan. Why don't we do that? Suggestion ko lang po naman yan.
Thank you, Senator Erwin. Yusek De Vega, you're raising your hand.
Yes, po. Mr. Senator, I hope you will be pleased with this. I just mentioned, I messaged Ambassador Mary Kay Carlson, the U.S. Ambassador, and said that there's something I want to talk to you, as raised by Senator Tulfo. Agad sinabi niya, yes, this is my number, please call. And so I called her now.
Okay.
These are her words. No? Yes, she would love to meet you. to
Well,
discuss
that's
this
good.
issue. Yes.
Then let's set it up.
Sabi,
Maybe next
Google
week.
pa. Yes,
Okay.
within this week pa nga, kung pwede raw.
This week.
Kung pwede. Now,
Sure.
about the case, she emphasized their policy of the U.S. is not Filipino specific. It's not against Filipinos or seafarers. Ang dami raw foreigners, as mentioned by my successor, na nauhuli na bigla lang magugulat sila na, bakit hindi ako pinapapasok? Kasi when you apply for a visa, you give your social media, including your cell phone, and apparently they study your cell phone. So, ang advice niya, it would behoove about everybody, o dapat tanggalin mo whatever porno sites or picture, whatever, on your cell phone. Bago ka pumunta sa States, mamayang konti, magugulat ka doon. They're so strict now. But she assures us that it's not against Filipinos and that she'll meet with you. Second, she even said that she explained to the Americans on her side na it's something cultural also. Kasi baka yung mga babae na 25 years old na pero baka akala ng US 15 years old. Filipina have a different build from people there. And that, the culture na, we love our babies and all that, no? But it's just the new policy of the U.S. now. But she certainly supports us, and that she'll be happy to meet you, sir, on this and other issues. Salamat po.
Thank you for that, Yusek De Vega. Kaya, Senator Bato, yung cellphone mo, wala.
Tanungin ko sana si Yusek De Vega kung tinanong ba niya si Ambassador if she's happy to meet me also.
We can do that.
Maybe I can invite you after. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, Comsec kindly insert into the record the opening statement of Majority Floor Leader Joel Villanueva. For lack of material time, I'm constrained to suspend today's committee hearing for the 3 pending bills. The committee is hereby ordered to schedule them for TWG to all concerned agencies and stakeholders. Should you have additional position papers, please submit them to the committee. Notices and invitations for the next scheduled hearing will be sent to you accordingly. That being said, this hearing is hereby suspended. Thank you.